chemical warfare San Jose project in the Gulf of Panama was established primarily as a tropic laboratory in which to study the behavior and effect of lethal gases on land, in jungle foliage and swamps. The test you're about to witness, however, will be conducted on the sea adjacent to San Jose Island, employing non-persistent gas against a ship target. It was undertaken with the cooperation of the Navy. Gas will be projected in 1,000-pound bombs laid down by the Bomber Command of the 6th Air Force. It's well understood that gas would be of small value against ships in action due to the wind velocity caused by their movement and their evasive maneuvering. In addition, personnel inside the vessel's hulls are given excellent protection against gas by the air recirculation systems. On the other hand, a gas attack could be directed under favorable conditions against exposed personnel on a stationary ship. Such an attack might be feasible against the Japanese fleet if it avoids further decisive action at sea and is bottled up in a fortified harbor. In our test, then, the ship will be stationary and the test will determine this. Can non-persistent gas be put down to cover an entire ship, including its tops, in sufficient concentrations to make instant casualties of the anti-aircraft gunners? If so, an air torpedo or dive bombing attack could be pressed home immediately after without the probability of serious losses to the attacking planes. In selecting material for the test, it is obvious that the impact fuse used on gas bombs against land targets would be unsatisfactory against a ship target. The cooling caused by the quick expansion of the concentrated gas leads it to mushroom and flatten out. Frequently, the heavy concentration of the cloud is not over 10 feet high. Thus, while it would be effective against land personnel in dugouts and foxholes, the low cloud would not ensure casualties among gunners stationed above a ship's main deck. Bombs with the same fuse dropped for water impact give an even less satisfactory result. In addition to the low cloud, most of the gas is removed from the air by the washing effect of the splash. An airburst fuse must be employed to create a cloud deep enough to cover all the ship's exposed personnel with lethal concentrations. Using the T-51 and the T-50E4 airburst fuses, the test begins. A series of 6 separate trials are flown by a single plane to establish the height of burst and to study the characteristics and travel of the gas clouds liberated. 8 bombs are dropped on each trial. First a raft, then a barge, both stationary, are the targets. The bombs are dropped singly and in 2- and 4-bomb trains. From these tests, it is established that the T-51 fuse is superior to the T-50E4, that the average height of burst is about 75 feet, that the gas cloud does not immediately drop and mushroom, but remains as high as the superstructure and tops of the ship for some minutes. We're now ready for the final test. The target is a ship's hulk with 2 barges moored to its stern, 700 feet overall. This gives a length of target equal to the Nagato class of Japanese battleship. From a tug, goats are loaded onto the target ship to represent Japanese personnel. 10 testing stations are established on the ship at locations where anti-aircraft weapons would be expected. The stations are placed at bow and stern, at different locations on the main deck, and at varying heights above it. Each station consists of a gas concentration sampling instrument, 1 unprotected goat, and 1 goat protected by a gas mask fitted with a Japanese Navy gas mask canister. Several unprotected goats have been placed on a guard boat, which takes its place 800 yards downwind of the target ship. CK non-persistent gas is used in the 1,000-pound bombs. Eleven B-24 bombers make up our squadron, to which are attached 2 planes for observation and photographic purposes. The bombs are dropped from a height of 12,700 feet. 73 bombs are dropped by the 11 planes, each plane dropping in train at 50-foot intervals. The 11 fuses give ineffective high bursts, and the bomb release mechanism of one plane initially jams, causing a delayed and ineffective oversalvo. The gas cloud completely covers the target, horizontally and vertically. Its duration on the ship is 16 minutes in low variable winds, not over 2 7/10 miles per hour. On the target ship, all unprotected goats, no matter where stationed, are killed. Also, all unprotected goats are killed on the guard boat stationed 800 yards downwind of the target ship. 30% of the masked goats are killed. The sampling instruments record that concentrations several times that which is considered lethal were set up throughout the target. It is concluded from these tests that this form of gas attack is feasible. Further experiments should be made to determine the wind velocity, which would limit its effectiveness, but within that limit it could be used to neutralize anti-aircraft fire from enemy ships in harbor, preliminary to an air torpedo or dive bombing attack, which would immediately follow.